I love it, but it does take a lot of effort to look effortless on stage, and I know we all put in our time. I'm a serious obsessive-compulsive read-searching guy myself. I spend thousands of dollars and thousands of hours looking for a read that when I get on stage, I can forget that it's on there and I can just play. In terms of mouthpieces and stuff like that, I recently changed. I was halfway through making this new record and I changed to a new mouthpiece, a completely different style of mouthpiece than I've ever played in my life. But as soon as I put it on, it was just like, oh wow. And it's not like it changed my sound so much as it just made it easier for me to get my sound, you know. And I think that as you develop as a player, you know, you start out trying to sound like Maceo, or I started trying to sound like Grover. That was my hero when I was a kid. At a certain point when you're playing a lot and you start to write songs, you develop your own sound, and I had that sound in my head of what I wanted it to be like. And putting stuff down on tape, I could hear myself getting closer and closer to a certain sound. It was like, that's what I'm looking for. When I put this mouthpiece on, it felt like I was getting my sound that I was hearing in my head easier. Less work for me, less effort, more comfort, like Dave was talking about. I think that's the key with reeds or gear or horns or anything, just to get it to the point where the saxophone ceases to exist and it's just like your voice, and it's not a piece of machinery, and that's what it's all about. But man, it does take a lot of time, and there's times when I'm tearing my hair out at home, and don't do it.
Easy for you to say.
Well, look what happened to him. Man, it's impossible to find a good reed in Colorado, period. It's a nightmare. I mean, we play that. I mean, any Colorado people here? Winter Park Jazz Fest, you guys? I've never once had a good read at the Winter Park Jazz Fest. But you never know, because no matter what, I'm still up there just smiling and having a good time. Acting in Colorado. This is a Drake mouthpiece. It's a guy named Aaron Drake. He's a great sax player himself, and it's a newish company, or at least it was new to my knowledge. You know, I'm playing on all three of my horns now because I really, really loved it. And it's giving me my sound sort of easier, and it's big. Sounds big to me. Did it sound big?
Yes. Yes.
It's fishing for compliments. Shameless.
There. All right. Age. My father is a tenor sax player, and part of what I do, or most of what I do, is probably because of him. He was a car salesman by day, and by night a saxophone player. He still is, by the way. And I think the fact that I saw him have so much joy in his life from music and hard work, is because he basically had two jobs, but he loved it, and he loved the freedom that came with jazz music and playing. So I was very young, but I just saw that and I thought, that's something I could do too. And he never let me on, you know, that it might be difficult or whatever. He always made me feel that I could do that. So I was 5 years old, and then I asked Dad, can I, you know, play one of your saxophones? And he said, sure. And I reached right away for the tenor, but I was like this big. He said, well, maybe. And then started with the soprano. So I started with the soprano sax, and I loved it. And then because my father is self-taught, he didn't want to teach me the same mistakes. So he gave me one lesson, and I was 5 years old. And after like 5 minutes, he was like, I give up. I was already saying, no, I think it's a G, Dad. And by the way, when you play, it always sounds a little bit out of tune to Mommy. So he said, okay, this is enough. So, yeah. So he sent me to the local brass band, which was great for me, because in Holland we don't, you know, well, you guys, it's also getting less in the States, but you had this great, you know, the college instruments and stuff, people in high schools play. We didn't have anything like that, so they sent me to a brass band, you know, like a marching band, so that's where I got all my education, my only education. And once I started teaching the people there, they said, okay, that's enough. So that's the only thing I ever learned. But the rest of my education is listening to David Sanborn, Maceo Parker, and you guys. And I think that's why I picked up some neurotic tendencies here and there. Not blaming you directly, Dave, but...
backhanded compliment.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, just shortly about what I play. I have a beautiful, beautiful Selmer that when I think about it, I almost cry. It came to me when I was 17 years old by way of a shop in Amsterdam, and they called my dad and they said, well, we heard your daughter was looking for some